My world, my world. Da-na-na. Da-na, da-na, da-na-na. Aew Dynamite, 2nd of November 2022. Review. We have a lot of shit to get through on this show. CM Punky won't be back. Colt Banana is on the show. Jarrett is here. John Moxley bores us some more. Jericho's here. It's all here, goddammit. But we kick off the show with midget jobber Darby Allin taking on underrated, underused Jay Lethal with Satnam Singh. Satnav Singh? And Sanjay Dutt. What a match. What a show. Take it away.
Any chance someone can turn his Satnav off so he can get fucking lost? I'd love to see him on my TV screen. Big 7-foot Indian piece of shite. Guy sucks. Now, normally I never agree with AEW fans, but I remember when he debuted it, Tony Khan was like talking up, oh, I've got a massive debut tonight, and all these wee idiots are thinking they're getting somebody for New Japan. Not that I wanted somebody for New Japan, but remember when he came out, they were all booing? And then that JD New York came on, he's on YouTube ranting and raving. He's like, no, Tony Khan never makes mistakes, but he's got to take the L tonight. This was something McMahon would do. Nobody wants this 7'4" Indian guy. I mean, I think it's the only time I've actually agreed with AEW fans.
Well, I'll tell you what.
But not for the reason they think, because they all don't want the 7'4" Indian guy, because they probably want a 5'2" vanilla indie midget guy, but I just want nobody, to be fair.
But Tony Khan was right. He promised the fans massive. And guess what? 7'4", pretty massive, was it not?
Well, he technically didn't lie. I mean, if the guy...
Probably the only time he hasn't lied.
If the guy had an ounce of fucking talent, it might have been a decent, you know... Oh,
accusation.
There's a massive guy, there's a big guy. Don't get me wrong, you see big guys in wrestling, and if they can work, and if they can talk a lot or something, then they'll... But then, what chance did he go? He's straight in a fucking absolute nothing faction with Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal. Where was his career going to go? Maybe if he came in and had a fucking good manager, had like a Paul Heyman or something, there'd be potential for the guy, but...
There's not.
Like this one almost comes in, he almost has got MVP, and like...
1, 2. I hear the clock ticking.
Who's this Indian dude got?
I know. And guess what? It ain't gonna get any better for him.
He's not even portrayed as like a wrestler. He's more like a bodyguard that doesn't get involved. I just don't get that faction. You've got Sanjay Dutt, who does the talking. Was never a good talker. You've got Jay Lethal, who's a much better talker than Sanjay Dutt, who never talks. And you've got this big Indian guy who never wrestles. I guess he's supposed to be like the heavy muscle. But he never really gets involved physically, so it's like, I don't know, you tell me.
No need to fear though, because they added one more member to this faction because Sting has joined. Whatever you call this faction, he comes out during the match, which was a pretty shit. It seems like these two face each other every week, right? And the wrong guy wins all the time. But apart from this week, because Sting comes out, hits him with a baseball bat. Whoa! Lethal injection, good night. Sting's turned on Darby Allin, but you can clearly see that this guy's
moving like a guy in his fucking 20s, not a guy in his fucking...
And he doesn't look like a star, either.
No,
he can wear the coat, he can wear the mask, but it doesn't change the fact he's a bum.
And on commentary, they're like, Sting doesn't move like that. Sting wears face paint, not a mask. I mean... No, I don't fucking get. What was the actual point of this? It's not like Darby Allin thought Sting was coming to help him. This guy literally attacked Darby Allin from behind. So what relevance did him fucking dressing up, pretending to be Sting have? When everybody knew it wasn't Sting anyway?
Yeah.
Like, can someone explain that to me? Would it not make more sense if Sting's music hit? And you just seen like a figure and you maybe thought, oh, there's Sting coming out to help Darby Allin. Then he attacked him from behind.
I'll tell you why they did this, because the guy under the mask, if he just comes out in his vanilla tights, it would have been 100 times worse than what actually happened, even though what happened was really bad.
Nobody knows who he is, but you think it's better if people believe he's Sting?
Yeah.
Hold on.
At least we get the illusion it's Sting, even though everyone knows it's not Sting.
What would you do if someone...
What, is the guy not better dressed as Sting, rather dressed as himself?
What would you do if Darby Allin came out on Raw with a cowboy hat to Brock Lesnar's music, and you thought it was Brock Lesnar? Then he takes a cowboy hat off, and you see it's Darby Allin, you're not like... Fuck me, I'm ready.
But is Stone Cold E.T. not better as Stone Cold E.T. rather than just E.T.?
I'll give you that one, I suppose. It's like Jay Lethal being the Black Machismo.
But anyway, if you don't know him, get to know him, because Cole Carter's here.
Have you noticed that well, I don't want to be hard on the guy, like, but have you noticed the only time Jay Lethal's ever been relevant is when he's been pretending to be Flair, feuding with Flair, or, impersonating Randy Savage?
That's pretty much it. It's pretty much
Have
it.
you noticed when he's not doing that shit, he's just not really over?
Yeah, definitely.
He's
just some guy.
just Jay Lethal, huh?
Aye, but Cole Carter's here, and he's from the factory. What's the factory? Is that like a...
That's where all these guys should be working, because they're fucking stars, I'll tell you that.
How are these guys
9
making
to 5, 9 to 5 in the factory tomorrow morning, that's where they should be.
Yeah, it should be,
But
but...
it's fucking crazy, because I don't know how much Tony Khan's paying these people, but he's probably paying these guys a lot of money.
More than us.
I would imagine, I could be wrong, like, but I reckon, like, some of the bums on AEW are probably getting, like, better salaries than people that are, like, half decent in WWE. I don't know if that's true or not, but I just think because Tony Khan's got a lot of money and he's shown in the past he's not afraid to spend it on shit, then I would imagine he's given high wages. Like, that's Saraya Paige. I wouldn't be surprised if she's on a shitload. Oh, I'll maybe have half a match, a year or something like that because my back's sore.
I know, like, see the amount of money that she'll be on.
Like, I remember back
for fuck all, like.
I remember back in the day in the WWE scene, unless you were like, unless you're like near the top, man. 75k a year downside, and that might see when you think about it. See when you taking all your travelling, fucking 75k a year's. I know you get some bonuses like merchandise sales and stuff like that, or yeah, if you appear on a pay per view, you get like a pay per view bonus. But see you think about it, like, see guys like Stevie Richards. So there's a reason why they don't live in mansions. There's a reason why he has gyms in his fucking spare bedroom.
Yes, but that's because.
Do you think the Rock's
Do
you think the Rock's got a Do you think the Rock's got a 2-bedroom fucking flat? Wait, a couple of weights in the spare room?
No.
Or do you think he's got a couple of spare mansions?
Spare.
Probably owns about 10 gyms in fucking
The Rock
Florida.
probably owns fucking states. He's the man.
Like, Austin's got a big fucking ranch, yet someone like... Name me someone's pish feed. Who's pish feed actually there?
Fucking...
Naked Midi probably fucking lives in a council fucking house or something, or lives in a cardboard fucking box.
Is Midian dead?
Probably lives in Gold Dust's fucking hole.
Could Midian be dead?
Nah, he was on Table for 4 like 2 months ago.
Who the fuck would want to be on that table?
Taker was there.
Jesus.
Rikishi was there.
Oh, it was the... What do you call them?
Godfather.
No, what do you call them, though?
Bare Knuckle...
The BFK?
BFK, that's it.
No, it's not the BFK, is it?
NFK. Something Knuckle.
They weren't quite as good as the Click. They can pretend they were, like, but...
I'm really over DXs.
You take Taker at them and it's just a bunch of fucking jobbers.
Although what I would say is I reckon in a legit fight, like, they'd probably barter all dollars.
BSK.
Like Broken Skull... Broken
Is
Skull... BSK...
BKS? No, it's BSK.
Fuck it, guys. We know what it is. We just can't think of it right now. So
That's it. But anyway, right, Darby Allin's getting beat up in the ring, but Sting's music hits.
Wait, forget. Let's get on to Let's get on to what's important here. Who would actually win a legit fight between all those things? I'd say Hogan be useless. He's not really in the Click, was he?
Do you even know what the Click is?
I do. I know. I'm thinking NWO, but no, it's because we're thinking. Right. Okay. The Click.
Hogan and the fucking Click?
I mean, Triple H beat up a fan, like, but has he ever had a real fight? I don't know. I mean, Scott Hall, in my opinion, is just too fucking wasted to get into fights. Shawn Michaels has got a reputation for being a bit of a pussy.
And too wasted.
I mean,
X-Pac too wasted.
Yeah,
Nash.
Nash talks a big game and how he beat up everybody and how he slapped that fat piece of shit Samoa Joe, but I mean, Samoa Joe's look at Samoa Joe, like, he's hardly a fucking in physical shape, is he? Like,
I know.
I mean, most people could slap Samoa Joe and they'd probably cry, probably lose their fucking hand, but yeah, he was a bouncer, like, but you know what? See the fact Kevin Nash's size. I reckon his size alone would probably put people off, messing with him. But who's to say in a real fight he'd be any good?
If they're taking on the BSK, because they're fucking midgets.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying when he was like, then bouncing. He was a bouncer. People maybe look at him and go, oh, fuck, I'm not messing. Like, that guy's 300 pounds, 7 foot tall. I'm not messing.
Well, who the fuck would, like?
But in reality, you know what I mean? He could be fucking useless.
I know. Well, see, in reality, right? See if you're in a fight against Kevin Nash, completely going off topic here.
Drop kick to the knee and it's all over.
He's fucked. I mean, if you 2 foot anyone's leg, they're fucked, really.
Drop kick to the knee and it's Black Lives Matter all over again.
That's it. Like, but anyway, right? Sting's music hits. Who is in the ring? Jeff Jarrett, a real fucking star. We're talking about. I mean, how do you go for Cole Carter to Jeff Jarrett?
Jeff Jarrett gets in the ring, spins around Darby Allin. This pissed me off. As soon as he spun Darby Allin around, Darby Allin just like braces for the impact before Jarrett's even swung the guitar, right? You might think, that's not a big deal. But to me, it looks fake, right? See, to anyone that pays attention, like, to anyone that's been watching wrestling for a long time, things like that are fake. You would never fucking get that. Like, you just wouldn't. It looks. It makes.
If you're watching a TV. I mean, like if you're watching a TV show and like.
But like Sons of Anarchy, Jax is selling a bullet gun before he's even
a bullet gun.
Jax is selling a bullet to the fucking chest before the guy's even pulled the trigger. You know what I mean? It's like
it'd be fucking stupid. Like beyond stupid. But Jeff Jarrett looking good here. He actually looking pretty good shape, I think.
Bad for like a 52, 53, 54-year-old man. He's still going.
Fuck, I'd say he's probably 57 though.
He's better. He can move better than Ric Flair, that's for sure. Then he cut a promo about how he's the last outlaw and how Darby Allin, the things that you worship can come back and haunt you or something like this, and reference to Sting or your weaknesses or your biggest something in life's your biggest weakness. I don't know, some shit like that.
You know what, right?
He spoke about how
I like Jarrett, but I felt like this was very like just mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, didn't really make a point here. Yeah, he spoke about how there's 3 generations of Jarrett and how they've left an impact in wrestling. I don't know if he was taking the shot at TNA there. Oh, mentioned TNA. I mean, that was it. Then he said something about he's going to have full body bags, so he's going to leave people. I don't know, he's trying to kill people. I don't know. Last outlaw, is he going to one last run? I don't know. And then he says, you can choke on that, slap nuts. Now,
why is he picking on fucking Darby Allin? Why can't he come in like, I've held titles in every major company and I want the fucking world title and go after Moxley?
I know, Moxley, see you and your fuck title in your fucking shite. I'll give you a reason to bleed. Guitar over the head. Boom. 1, 2, 3, new
There'll be
champ.
body bags, you alky fat bastard. But anyway, talking to John Moxley.
No, I would seriously put the belt on Jarrett over fucking Moxley.
100 times every day. We could get Jeff Jarrett against Sting for the belt. WCW.
We could do what OTRS wanted to do. Make Jeff Jarrett shirts, even though we fucking don't have any sort of licensing deal or any authority to use that image, but whatever.
We'll go for it, we'll do it. But John Moxley up next. Moxley! You make my eyes bleed.
I'm sorry, right, but see, how can some guy with green hair ever get over?
What's an eliminator match? Does that mean if he beats him?
You get a title shot.
No. Oh, right, so it's...
But the fact that Moxley's only lost 1 match in the past fucking year, then you ain't going to beat him.
Yeah, that's just stupid, like, innit?
I mean, he's taking on people that... he's taking on people that you know are not going to beat him. And B, if by some miracle these people did beat him, you know 100%, 110% they'll never beat him in the title match. So what's the point? I mean, look at him on Rampage last week against that guy from the Jericho Appreciation Society. What was it? Matt Menard? John Moxley versus Matt Menard. I mean, at least put Moxley against people you think might have a fucking chance.
You know what's funny about AEW, right?
Matt Menard and Leo Montanari ain't one of them.
There's loads of people, right, like mid-carders or jobbers or whatever, right, who don't hold a belt, who will, like, have a match, like, every, like, 4 weeks, right? And, like, even appear every 2 weeks. But see, like, Jericho and Moxley, who hold both the, like, the main titles, you can say. I mean, ROH is pretty dead, like, but it's Jericho, so we'll just give him it for now. But they literally wrestle on every fucking show. And they don't feel important. Do you not notice that?
If anything, they should be
Moxley wrestles every
Dynamite
fucking
Rampage,
show,
I mean,
and no one cares. He literally just feels like a mid card.
He's not even the fucking main event. He'll do the opening match. He'll do a mid match. He'll do a main event match. It's like, what the fuck? It's like anytime you watch Rampage, Rampage starts and the first thing you see is Moxley coming to the ring, getting ready for a job or fucking throwaway match. It's like back and JR said he's Austin-esque. Go fuck yourself, JR. I've always liked you, like, but...
I know, Austin X. What?
Austin-esque.
Aye, Austin.
Mr. X.
Mr. X. But yeah, man, Moxley sucks. He beats Marty, and then who comes down? Oh, Ethan Page and he hits Moxley with a boot. Do we care?
This Ethan Page guy blocked me on Twitter a couple of years ago, so the fact he even acknowledged me tells me he shouldn't be anywhere near a fucking shit type world title.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But Renee Young, Paquette, sit doing an interview with Saraya. But guess what?
Like, could you imagine if The Rock actually went to Twitter and actually took time to reply to someone that was saying he sucks? And even if The Rock did do that, he'd probably do it in a funny way where you're like, oh, you know what, fair enough, Dwayne. He'd probably bury you.
Out of context, but John Cena earlier followed Kilmarnock FC women.
That is fucking weird.
And then they replied to him.
Is he joining the Ayrshire Mafia?
We see you, John.
That's great. They know who he is. Let's say Lee Moriarty fucking followed Kilmarnock women. What would they have thought?
Who the fuck's this fucking guy, man?
Who's this fucking green and black guy?
Absolute bum, but Britt Baker didn't show up, and then she's apparently. I'm going to save this for next week because there's one more doctor I'm going to consult on this. Aye, brilliant. William Regal backstage.
Oh, sorry, she's injury free. She's coming back.
And then, we've got William Regal, right? William Regal, I feel like if we did this in the Attitude Era where he's looking at his hand, pretending there's a brass knuck on it, I would have marked out. But see in AEW where he just reeks of shit and piss, I'm not a fan of it. Did you not see that?
Yeah.
He was looking at it, Hankney's the man, talking about how MJF's got a long way to go, but you're going to have to face the real demon, John Moxley. John Moxley's a fat, out-of-shape, alcoholic bastard.
I hate the tights he wears as well.
I hate his song, I hate him.
Moxley!
And his wife's the worst fucking commentator you could ask for.
You make my eyes bleed. I hate everything. Oh, about John Moxley. There you go. That's better.
Right, up next, we've got the worst thing of the show. Daddy Ass's birthday bash. Take it away.
Like, I don't think this is the worst thing of the show, right? No. I actually kind of like the Acclaimed. I think they're decent. But I do think this whole Daddy Ass and Scissor Me thing is straight up fucking gay. I do think, Daddy, that's like a fucking kink thing. It's, you'd never be getting someone in WWE calling, oh, Scissor Me Daddy. It sounds fucking gay, man. If Goldust was chasing around Booker T and wanting scissored by Booker T and wanted to get the fucking bookend up the end by the Booker man, then, you know what I mean, calling him Daddy T and stuff like that, then fair enough, you know what I mean, I can almost accept that. But, okay, this fucking guy is gay for the Acclaimed. But it is gay, and it's no surprise to me that it's the most over thing in AEW, hands down. You see when they come out, see the reaction they claim get for the crowd with the whole scissor me thing. Everyone's got scissors in the crowd. All the men are I call them men loosely. Like all the beta males are like marking out the crowd. Why is
they're one less than fucking beta? Like they're probably Charlie males.
Why is you know what pisses me off? I don't want to go on a rant, but that's the fact that Walking Dead is woke as fuck. The fact there's a ugly 5-foot midget female called Alpha in Control and Beta's like a 6'6" fucking man who used to be in Sons. That just, that pisses me off. But that's a totally different video for a different time. But like, my point was,
oh yeah,
why? It's just fucking weird to me that like legit the gayest thing going in AEW is the most popular thing by far. You can't tell me that's a coincidence. You cannot tell me that's a coincidence.
I think that sums it up. But guess what? Says I'm a dad. I know. Saying the daddy thing's bad, right? But I feel like they say it.
That's the way they say it.
No, yes, but they say it like...
We got presents for daddy.
They say it every 4 seconds.
Come on, daddy! You know, it's like...
It's
the way you say it and it's the way they say it.
Either way, man.
Anyway, Billy Gunn didn't have any hands tonight. All his hands were taped up because we're supposed to believe that last week Swerve cut them with pliers or something like that. So he's running about like Chucky with no fingers. But he's got like big foam scissor hands instead, so he's staying the scissoring. Shit. Weird.
I get to be your daddy, guys.
They make a reference about WWE. They say that they had guests for him tonight, but they were annoyed he didn't turn up to the reunion, so they never showed up. Now, that's not technically true, right? Billy Gunn, I wouldn't say Billy Gunn didn't show up to the reunion. Tony Khan didn't let him show up to the reunion after it being agreed that he was allowed to go. So fuck, Tony Khan pulled the plug on that. And secondly, right, WWE, the Click, or not Click, DX, whatever, they wanted Billy Gunn to be at Raw, and Billy Gunn wanted to be at Raw for that DX reunion. The rest of DX never wanted to be on AEW, right? And I know maybe they're just, doing it for a laugh, but if we're being honest, it was never happening. Triple H was never showing up tonight.
No, but let's be real.
But Billy Gunn could have showed up.
AEW, right, would have benefited more from letting Billy Gunn go than WWE would have benefited from having Billy Gunn on their show. Definitely. Like, let's be real, right? I think DX is great, but all DX really needed in that Raw was Michaels and Triple H. If you're being honest, it does help you've got X-Pac and Road Dogg, right? But you could have had Billy Gunn and X-Pac without Road Dogg. You could have had...
What does X-Pac offer? In my opinion, all he ever offered was Eric Bischoff telling him to... Was it suck a dick or something? Or?
I was there, man.
No, what does he offer, really?
Fucking hee-haw.
Michaels is the greatest performer of all time. No one's going to tell me he's not.
Triple H is the fucking owner of the company
Triple
now.
H just, fucking the daughter of the boss. And, well, technically is kind of the boss now. Shane has been just completely jobbed out. You got Road Dogg. Many people say Road Dogg the best talker in DX. Debatable. I would say it's Triple H.
He might be, but when you're a fucking lower mid-carder, like you mean...
I would say it's Triple H, though. A lot of times Road Dogg came out saying stuff, and I was like, that's not great. I think he's overrated big time, to be honest. And then you got Billy Gunn, who was just more like the athletic guy, you know what I mean? He wasn't, oh, look at this, Billy.
He was the fucking gay guy, to be honest. Mr. X.
Really in shock,
But anyway, right, Billy says, I get to be your daddy, because they won't adopt it. But then out come the real guns. His
Why
sons.
did we get him fired, Dad?
Valid fucking point, to be honest.
Billy puts his arms around the Acclaimed as if to say, these are my new sons now. Then the Gun Club
I hope he didn't touch the guns when they were younger, like, because he fucking might have.
No, I don't think he did. Billy's not like that.
Is he? He's sure?
I don't know.
He seems to fucking enjoy it.
Maybe, like, but not Billy. And then the Guns say, well, don't worry, Dad, we got your present anyway. Billy turns around, eats a big boot from Big Cass, Bill Morrissey, whatever his name is. W.M. Morrissey. I'm just going to call him Big Cass, fuck it. Then Big Cass takes it the Acclaimed. Then the Guns run in. All three members are down, but they run in anyway and help with the beatdown. Help that wasn't really needed here. And then the Revival. The theme song just reminds me of like a 70s, 80s like song, like a game show kind of song or intro to a game show. It's fucking shit.
Yeah, and these guys are... These guys are shit.
I think if you went to the 80s and you were playing an arcade, that would be the kind of theme song. Oh, it's Space Raiders, that'd probably be the theme song that starts up the plugged in machine. Dun 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 dun. Like, that's probably, I mean, I don't know. They get to the ring, but by the time they get to the ring, Morrissey and the Gun Club have left. And I swear to fuck, they pick up the belts and they give the belts to the Acclaim, but they kind of look at the belts. This seems to be the only thing the Revival does. You go back and right, I know they had a match like 2 weeks ago, or whatever, but you go back and watch like AEW for the last like 6 months straight. All the Revival seem to do is come out and make saves, and they don't even make saves because by the time they get to the ring, everybody fucks off as if the Revival are some sort of big deal. Yeah. I guarantee it. You watch it for some reason. By the time they get to the ring, everybody's gone. Maybe Tony Khan knows like. All these guys can do is fucking wrestle. They can't throw a working punch, so make sure you're not in the ring by the time. And what's Tony Khan know about working punch anyway?
Exactly.
So I doubt it. But I just think it's weird that that's all the Revivals seem to do. Make the save, but by the time they get to the ring, there's nobody. The save isn't there to be made. Honestly, check out every AEW Dynamite. That's what happens.
That's what happens, but guess what?
I've served it for far too long.
You're talking about wrestling. Britt Baker backstage with Tony Schiavone says, well, this is my interview. Welcome to my interview of my time. We just want to wrestle. Find us a tag team to wrestle on Friday. Let's do it. So yeah, wrestle.
All we want to do is wrestle. WrestleMania.
Get in the fucking bin. How about that? Britt Baker. Oh, you made me feel like a big brave guy in Pittsburgh. Fucking, I hope CM Punk dies for that. Who would want to feel like Britt Baker in Pittsburgh? I mean, imagine coming out and that's the first thing he says in 7 years.
I know. Puts over some fucking woman, it's not over.
Tell you, see when the elite, I hope the elite die in a car crash, right? But
wait, how about...
Seeing they came through his door, his fucking dog deserved it for how pish his fucking owner is.
How about Oh, you make me feel like Austin and Texas and WrestleMania. I know it's a bit more wordy, like, but
You make me feel like the rattlesnake in Texas. I mean, fucking, yeah, you know what I mean? Or the Rock in Miami. Or Tampa, wherever he's fucking from. Or you make me feel like I'm Punk in Chicago. You could have said that.
wait, he was Punk in Chicago.
Yeah, no, that's what it would have sounded all right, wouldn't it?
I think it would have sounded shit to be honest.
Or
Hold
you
on.
make me feel like a Ben Wall in fucking 24th of June 2007.
He is in Chicago and he is CM Punk.
You know,
And you
would
want
not,
him to turn around and say, you make me feel like Punk in Chicago?
would you not have rather that than him talk about Britt Baker?
No, actually, it was better than that.
Alright, anyway, next Jericho versus.
That's like the police arresting a nonce and they're questioning him. It's like, you make me feel like a fucking nonce here. Well, you're the one touching kids there, son. I mean,
Anyway, Jericho's touching fucking Colt Cabana because Colt Cabana's back.
this seemed like a shot at Punk. And then during the commentary, during the match, the commentary team mentioned that Colt Cabana has no friends. And then the guy on Ring of Honor doing the commentary, I think it was Taz said he's no friends. Then the Ring of Honor commentator says, that's not true. Colt Cabana has invited me to his house. And I'm pretty sure that is a dig at Punk. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that Punk, when he was talking about how he was friends with Colt Cabana, he turned around and says, Colt Cabana's been at my house. And they used the exact same line here. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but the fact that they just bring Colt Cabana back after giving Punk the fuck you, and then they're stating that Colt Cabana's this guy's friend because he's been in his house, and that's what Punk used to say. Oh, I was friends with Colt Cabana, the guy's been in my house.
No, it's so cheap, isn't it? It's so
Well,
childish.
did you get that, or?
No, I did. It was definitely digs at Punk. Like, but how fucking embarrassing is that?
I just can't imagine on any other night why the Ring of Honor, why they'd be mentioning Colt Cabana not having friends, and then the Ring of Honor commentator would say something that Punk said in the past and say that, oh, he's been in my house before. I mean,
No, but like, when would WWE ever went out their way to mention Punk? See, when they mention Punk, it's because the fans were chanting Punk.
yeah, it's like a diss. Oh, you know, you lasted. If you keep it up for 2 more seconds, you
Like,
lasted longer.
see here, right? Like you said, you've literally got the elite bringing Colt Cabana back for that, and the commentators have been fed these lines.
Yeah, they've been told.
Everyone is working in tantrum in the fucking company just to bury a guy.
I know for a fact, Punk has definitely said that about Colt Cabana. When he was like justifying that they were friends or whatever, he says, he's been in my house. And then that Ring of Honor commentator says about Colt Cabana. And it had to be
in his house.
It had to be set up, like.
Yeah, it had to be set up. But Colt Cabana, does he win on his return? No, because Chris Jericho
But does he
wins.
lose clean? No, because Jericho needs help from fucking Swagger. Why? Or Hager. Is there anyone more disappointing in wrestling than Hager? Remember when he first came in with Jericho, you thought, oh, maybe Hager's going to have a good run here? What's he done? People like to talk about how, oh, Tony Khan gives people a chance. Oh, Swagger got buried in WWE. Hold on here. Swagger fucking came in, world champion on SmackDown 2010. Albeit, I didn't think the run was great. but
Two-time world champion, like.
ECW champion, had a decent feud with Christian. We the People had a big WrestleMania match and feud with Alberto Del Rio with Seb Coulter over a whole fucking like immigration storyline. What's he done in AEW? How is his AEW career better than his WWE career? It's fucking not. I'm sick of this narrative that Tony Khan gives all these ex-WWE people a chance.
Rusev, fucking great AEW run.
Oh, he turns up. I like video games. And then someone accidentally breaks his video game and he's... Why would his video game be fucking stuck in the middle of the ring? You know, this big, like, arcade thing, and it was... You kick off Rampage or whatever, and it's sitting in the middle of the ring. Like, why?
Yeah, like, why wouldn't it be, like, in his house or something? Or backstage in his fucking locker room? I don't know.
Oh, but you know what? Miro playing video games is better than the guy fucking coming out with a tank at WrestleMania. I mean, fuck me.
It would have been like with DDP stalking Undertaker's wife and she's in the middle of the ring. And not in her fucking house.
Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, I mean,
DDP standing at the top of the ramp with binoculars and everyone's looking at him. He thinks no one's looking at him.
The fact that AEW fans think that Miro fucking, you know, playing about with joysticks and shifts on a Atari is better than, you know, coming out with a hot wife in a tank. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, like Miro's just doing what they all do. Play video games with no life.
That's
none
fine,
of
like,
us come out with a tank like.
that's fine, like, but that can't be your gimmick in wrestling. You're supposed to be larger. See if Miro in his spare time, or Rusev, see if after he came out in the tank and Cena whipped his ass at Mania, see if he went backstage and instead of chilling and having a beer with the boys, see if he wanted to go and play a game of FIFA. I wouldn't have any problem with that. What I do have a problem though is the fact that his gimmick in TV is I like video games. How does that go over?
Yeah.
The only people that should be liking video games is someone like a Best Friends, because we know that stable's fucking shite, and it's like a parody. I think it is. Well, maybe it's not supposed to be, but to me, you've got two guys in their 40s that get fucking driven to the arena in a car by their mom. I mean, fuck me. What? Come on. Like, the fuck?
I don't know who the fuck.
Who came up with that?
Actually, hold on.
How could you get over as a fucking grown man? How can you get over in the wrestling business when you arrive at the arena, fucking driven there by your mum, who's giving you a kiss in the cheek when you leave, and here's a wee packed lunch, son.
Yo, we're near on to the Best Friends, alright? That's the next match, because we've got Orange Cassidy defending his All-Atlantic Championship against Rey Fenix and Luchasaurus. What a match this was. Luchasaurus taking control, choke slams through tables on the ramp. But Christian Cage comes off commentary. Why is Christian acting like a shite bag towards fucking Jungle Boy Jobber Joe? Or whatever his name is.
He's got one arm, like, maybe that's something to do with it.
Oh,
He's got a broken
he
leg.
could have fucking no legs, mate. I still expect him to...
Still be taller.
Oh, he fucking would be.
Oh, that's Jungle Boy chases him away with a chair, and then Jungle Boy does like this flying crossbody onto Luchasaurus off the stage. Now, in fairness, the commentators didn't really mark out over it that much, but it was like a 4-foot drop off the stage onto a table. I mean, it would have been lame if they were freaking out over this.
Michael, from the top of the arena.
From the top of the rafters. He's the top of that house table, mate. Fuck. That was bad, that. Michael Cole. Hang your head in shame.
I know, that was fucking... That... What was he doing, Michael Cole, man? What was he doing? But then Orange Cassidy defeats Rey Fenix. Out comes Pac.
Pac wanted him to use the hammer. He wanted Rey Fenix to use the hammer. Rey Fenix didn't use the hammer, so it kind of cost him. Then we have Pac beating down Orange Cassidy. But some music hits. No idea who it is. It's a guy, though, from New Japan, and he comes out with a white t-shirt on.
That says The Wrestler. Like, what?
Could everybody in AEW not basically come out with a white t-shirt on with the wrestler logo on it? But that's their gimmick. The wrestler.
That's everyone's gimmick.
See, back in the day, right? I mean, no, who actually got over on being their gimmick was that. I disagree that Benoit got over on being a good wrestler. I think he got over on being the rabid Wolverine. I think he got over on being toothless aggression. I think it was his like violence and his aggressionness that got him over. Being a good wrestler helped, but I don't think. I think it was just more the aggression side of things and him being ruthless that got him over. I don't think it's because he could do German suplexes, because anyone can do that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the style as well. Like, these bastards do all the same fucking shit. There's nothing unique about them. Flips, pish. We move on.
People seem to like Bret Hart and they say, oh, he was the best wrestler in his day and wrestling got him over, but I don't know, was it really the wrestling that got him over, or was it the fact he came out and he did a different look? No one really looked like Bret Hart. He had the sunglasses. He had the wee catch, and I think you could argue Bret Hart wasn't that over, to be honest, to begin with. But was it really wrestling that got Bret Hart over?
I don't know, man, but Rocky Romero's here with the Best Friends, and Shibata signs a contract, and he'll be facing Cassidy this Friday on Rampage. I'll be there. Did
wrestling really get Kurt Angle over? Did being an Olympic gold medalist, I'm not saying he didn't use that in his gimmick, but he used it more as a, I'm an Olympic gold medalist. But it's not like they actually pushed it as a legit thing. Oh, here's Kurt Angle. He's a wrestler. He won an Olympic gold. He knows how to wrestle, and then he just actually, he got over by being a fucking heel and being cocky and, bragging about winning. He never got over because he was a wrestler.
Yeah. Absolutely, but
What's it? Name me someone who got over on simply being a good wrestler.
back in the day, I mean, like, let's be real. Like, I mean, people would probably argue like Lance Storm, Malenko, but their
But they
best.
weren't over. They weren't over.
Oh no, they weren't over. But their best runs were actually when they fucking
And
when
they were-
Malenko was being a nonce and Storm was being like un-American.
And the only time they got relatively over was when they were in stables. And like you said, Lance Storm, on Americans, that's because he was hating on fucking America. It wasn't because he was a good wrestler.
Exactly. So.
And then Dean Malenko, I guess he was in the Radicals and he was in what, the Four Horsemen? Was he in that? I think he was for Coffee,
yeah.
anyway. But you get my point, right? My point is, being a fucking good wrestler doesn't get anybody over. See this guy that came out with the shirt and the wrestler? I couldn't even tell you his name. I forgot it already.
Shabita.
But we'll find out because he's wrestling this week on Rampage. So
Shabita.
tune in for the Rampage.
Shabita. Oh, when you wrestle like that.
When you wrestle like that, you send Japanese fans hard.
Shabita. When I come from Colombia. Oh, I'm a wrestling don't lie. It's a dog shit. And on to the next match. Yeah, Jarrett taking on the problem. The problem. Everything on this show's a problem. It's a fucking eyesore, man. Beats her in like 3 seconds because, who cares? Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero doing live commentary in the ramp. Could you think of 2 worse commentators than those 2? I can't, man.
No, I really can't. Apparently this Marina Shafir is horrendous, and this match didn't really do much to change my mind on that.
No. But I tell you what didn't change my mind. The main event. It didn't save the show.
Well, hold on here, we're not going to talk about a bit of this match.
It was great. Jade Gargill won. Well, what else is there to say?
No, apparently nothing, main event.
Well, you go on to it, man.
No, well, not main event.
No, you go to it.
No, let's move on to the main
You
event.
say your piece. Go for it. Marina,
No,
you
main-
watched it,
no,
you know what
main-
you've seen.
Main event.
No, you go back to it.
No, main event.
Hey, Samoa Joe, Brian Cage, go for it. Take it away, War Machine. Samoa Joe.
There's a spot where Brian Cage is going to like try and hit a pump handle slam or something on Joe, but it's never a good idea, right? Because Samoa Joe's just fucking fat. And see, unless you're doing a move where you can like kind of rest him up on your shoulders, like see Cena, right? I'm not saying he's not strong, but the attitude adjustment is helped by the fact that it is kind of like a fireman's carry, and it's actually a technique that's taught to firemen because it is easier to carry people on your back. You know, you're literally. I'm not saying it doesn't take strength, but you're literally like hoisting people up onto your back, and then it's more your frame that's like supporting the weight rather than actual strength. No, I'm not downplaying his double A on Big Show Edge. That was impressive.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
think. I mean, there's. I think you're lucky there's maybe 5 people in wrestling that could have done that
Yeah,
in history. So,
Definitely.
like, I'm not downplaying that.
I'd love to see a double F5.
But, like, there's just certain moves where I look at a big fat slob like Samoa Joe and I'm thinking, you know what? Realistically, you ain't going to be able to pull this off. And this pump handle slam was one of them. Because a pump handle slam, right? You've not got much to grab onto. And you kind of need someone who's got a body that you can actually perform the move on. And someone that is kind of athletic to actually get a good push off the ground. Like Road Dogg, when he done it, right? Road Dogg wasn't the strongest. But have you noticed? He always kind of done it on people that were like, had the same sort of body type as him. So he could actually get a good grip of them. And hoist them up and they would push off. How can you get a good grip of Samoa Joe? He's a big fat bastard. You know, you can't, this move was horrendous. And he lands straight on his fucking face.
Yeah, he nearly snapped in half like a panini.
Yeah, I thought he was going to fucking crack his neck or crack his dome. I don't know. I thought he was going to die, but he didn't. But he did land on his face, so that was probably sore. But it's like, see Samoa Joe, you just cannot perform. He's too big. You couldn't. You know, it'd be like trying to do a powerbomb on fucking Big Daddy Fee. You can't get a grip. You can't lock your arms around.
He's too flabby. He's too thick. He's just a fat bastard. Like,
There's certain moves you can't do to people, and this like Cena can do an AA on Samoa Joe because you can use like the back of your you can lift them up, but there's just some moves that don't fucking work, and this was one of them.
Yeah, this is. I thought he was gone.
Plus, like I said, he is so fat, and he doesn't give the guy enough help when you have to jump me. You have to help your opponent here. I know you don't want to make it look fake, like, but why sandbag someone if it's going to get you a broken neck? I mean, I don't know. I don't
Anyway,
understand
Joe, though, he recovered. He got him into the manoeuvre. He got him in the sleeper that was the Coquina clutch. Is that what he did?
Yes, that's what he done, mate.
So why is AEW no calling it that?
The Coquina clutch, mate.
Well, AEW's actual website ain't calling it that. But anyway, Brian Cage passes out.
Wrestle Headlines is calling it that, so go and give them a wee follow.
Oh, guess what though? The Gates of Agony and other members of the embassy.
I thought the Gates of Agony was in when AEW started at 1 a.m. That's my Gates
That's
of
pretty
Agony.
much it. But
They don't close
how
at
many
3.
factions is there? Right, you could give me 10 grand.
And not one of them's good.
I couldn't name you one person in the Gates of Agony or the embassy. Each one, either one.
Well, I mean, I could probably name you Brian Cage if he's in it.
I don't think he is. Is he not?
Oh well, there you go.
Wait, no, is he not with? Is he not? I thought Brian Cage and Joe were on a team. Were you?
That's Wardlow, mate.
Oh fuck. Brian Cage and Wardlow's the same fucking guy.
Or no, they're not really. Brian Cage is that guy who came out at TNA
With the
the dollar store fucking Terminator
fucking
costume.
tinfoil.
No, I don't get no. See, the WWE can pull that off at Mania. You know what I mean? They could do the big Mania entrance, and they could. Sure, wait, it's not come out as Terminator once.
Right, did.
Yeah, I mean, look at when TNA trying to do it. It's like a fucking horrible fancy dress party. And Jesus fucking Christ, they should have been ashamed. Like, fuck me.
Oh no, like what then?
But yeah, that Brian Cage is definitely not Wardlow. You say you can't name anybody in the embassy. Maria Kanellis, Mike Bennett. Alright, that's all I can do, but I mean...
Well, anyone good?
Maria Kanellis and her husband. How about that?
Right, that's it. JR buried him.
Bring your husband to work day. I mean, seriously. That's what he said on Rampage last week. When he was talking about Maria. The bring your husband to work. That JR mustn't like that Mike Bennett guy.
Who fucking does?
Well, not me, like, but that's bad. Like, that's burying material, right?
It really is, but after Wardlow comes out, saves Fat Boy Joe, out comes Powerhouse Hobbs, good night, Spine Buster, held up the TNT Championship. What a statement made tonight by Hobbs. Said Excalibur, woo! Dynamite finishes, time to rate it.
Oh, also, he lifted up the fucking wrong belt.
Did he?
Yeah, he goes to he picks up the wrong belt and he's like, oh fuck, this ain't it. Then he has to try and find the other one. So there must have been 2 belts. Samoa Joe's got a belt, I think.
He's TV champion.
He's TV. So he actually lifted up the
ROH TV champion.
He lifted. It's like, I don't want that shit. Fucking not that the TNT fucking title's much better, like, but you know, it's how many belts have they got in AEW? Not one of them's worth a damn. I mean, like, if we're being honest here.
How can you be holding the ROH TV title and actually think you're a draw?
Or the Ring of Honor pure title? No, see if the Ring of Honor world title means fuck all, then the titles below it don't mean nothing. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, like, well, pure? Pure?
That's like a pure wrestling thing. They have rounds, and you can't use rope breaks or some shit like that. Oh, you're only allowed 3 rope breaks per match.
Wow, that's fucking brilliant.
It's like...
Oh, right. Rate
And
this
every match has to start with a handshake.
Rate this out of 10. I'm giving it -3.
Why -3?
Because it's not fucking good. That's
You gotta start doing Trev's Chan, -9.7 or something.
May have to come.
There was nothing good in this show. Jericho versus Colt Cabana. Fuck off. I'll give us a 0. I don't like giving shows minus.
Well, -1.5, so there you go. I mean, I actually didn't mind the Jeff Jarrett stuff, even though I thought his promo was fucking boring, but...
My world, my world.
Hearing Jeff Jarrett's theme's where it's at. But anyway, guys, 40-odd minute Dynamite review. Till next time. Peace.